Welcome back. Um, so a couple things. Today was rough, not gonna lie. Um, had a game, soccer game, and I'm not gonna lie, we got cooked, we got destroyed. It's pretty bad. Uh, yeah, it's pretty bad. Um, but the good thing is, uh, when you hit your lowest point, that's the point where you have the most potential to grow. So that's the way I'm seeing it. Is like, yeah, we did get cooked, but there are some things that we need to work on, obviously, and they become very apparent when bad games happen. So, on another note, there was something else I wanted to talk about. So, what was it? I think it was just how I'm trying to cope, question mark, with I mean, coping sounds kind of bad, but how I'm trying to move on from my last relationship. Um, I think, let me actually, I'll move the camera over to this side because you guys, yeah, that looks better. Um, yeah. Uh, I think some issues that we ran into was we, uh, we went too deep too quick, I think, or we didn't get to the important stuff before the relationship. And some of that is small stuff, or a lot of it was small stuff. And I think that's a big part of it is just the small little niche things you would normally think like, oh, if wow, that was bad. Small little niche things like if uh I don't like tattoos and your girl does, then like that's a small thing. It's like it's not really that important, but it's the reasoning behind it that's important. Uh, like you could say you believe in the same thing, but you believe it in a different way, if that makes sense. Like, or you can have someone trying to be intentional. I don't know where I'm going with this, if I'm being honest. Uh, there's just there's a lot of um there's a lot of factors to consider, I guess. And I think um the biggest thing was that we didn't really have the same morals that we thought we had. And that is found out or realized when you notice the small details or the small disagreements. Like we were both same political party. We both generally believed like general Christian values, I guess you could say. But uh, she was like, I would say I'm a pretty big Christian, or my belief is heavily based on Christian values, and hers not so much. Like my ex was very judgmental at times, and that's something I tried to avoid. I'm not saying I wouldn't be judgmental. I would definitely joke around a lot, but it didn't feel good, and it's not something that I liked, and I'm still trying to fix that about me. Um, because I think, uh, well, I think judgment is bad, and I think any kind of boasting is bad. There's a specific word I was looking for, but any kind of boasting. Am I slow? Okay. Um, pride. Pride is bad. Pride is probably the worst thing you can have, I think. Being prideful, because it can ruin relationships very easily. But yeah, as I was saying, um, she was judgmental a lot that I noticed, and I didn't really like that. And um, wow. And man, I'm sorry. I'm so hurting from the game. I have my ankle hurts, my leg hurts. I have a scrape on the side of my hip from slide tackles, and just like I'm so dead right now. I can't think properly. I need to have a script, or like not a script. I want to try to be real, but I think I need to have the topic in front of me so that I know what I'm talking about. Because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going off track a lot. Um, I guess what I'm trying to say is the things that you notice in a relationship, even if it's small, minute things, uh, you should talk about them with the person, and don't just let it muster up. Um, and I think that's a big issue in a lot of relationships is that people like each other at first, so they get in a relationship, but um, just like the warm, fuzzy feeling that you get when you think someone's cute or you like how they talk and whatever is not uh what you should base your uh thoughts of getting into a relationship on. It should be like good morals, um, and showing that they want to put effort into the relationship. Uh, not the warm fuzzy feeling, because that's how me and my ex started. Like, she thought I was really cool, and that's nice, and I'm glad she thought I was cool. But I think as we got deeper into it, she started to realize that I have actual beliefs and values and opinions, and I'm not just super nonchalant without a care in the world of what's going on, you know? Like, That was one of the things she said explicitly, actually, was that when we first met, she thought I was super chill, and I thought that struck me as odd. So I was like, well, I feel like I am fairly chill. Like I don't usually care what happens. I'm always gonna have the same attitude. Like I'm gonna try to be positive. Did I miss that? Wow. Um, but yeah, I think I'm generally chill, but there are certain things that I care about, and I think we were too early in our relationship to see that. I mean, we had been talking for only a couple weeks before, so uh, yeah, I think it was a little too early. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I know I'm not very well put together with my thoughts right now. That's kind of one of the goals I have with this, is to put my thoughts together easier in the future. Um, yeah, it was too early. We didn't know a whole lot about each other's beliefs yet, I would say, and what we thought was right and wrong. Um, and that didn't really show itself until uh, much later. And because we didn't really talk about that beforehand, before we got in a relationship, uh, it kind of sat there and mustered for a little bit. Um, and that's kind of what caused it to go, I feel like, was we didn't really know each other as well as we thought, and we got in a relationship too early. Yeah, that's my opinion. 6-7 shots. I just saw this. My friend texted me about this. What is this? Are we serious right now? Score 6 goals in ranked quads. Wow. Make 7 saves in ranked quads. Are we dead serious? Okay. Um, TLDR. Uh, don't get into a relationship with a person if you don't know their moral beliefs. And if you notice small things, small little details that you don't like or you see as a point of concern, you should bring it up to them. Be honest about where it's coming from and why you think certain ways. But don't, here's the thing. If you get into a relationship with the right person that's wanting to be understanding, then when you bring stuff up, they'll they'll be they'll try to at least understand where you're coming from. And as long as you're not rude, obviously don't be rude about it. But if you bring it up and they're like, whatever, why do you think that way? Like, it's my decision, then you probably need them to fix their mindset, or you're with the wrong person. You need to get into a relationship uh where how to say this, where change is not frowned upon. Like, be open to change and understanding of their opinion without taking offense to it. I think that's, if they take offense to your opinion, you need to rethink who you're with, or rethink, or they need to rethink their beliefs. Try to be understanding. Be understanding of your partner, and don't get mad at them for trying to point out things that they feel they don't like. Yeah. But I'm gonna end it there because it seemed like people like 10 to 15-minute videos most, unless the poll changes. Vote on the poll if you haven't. I'll see you guys tomorrow.